How do you balance entrepreneurship with family relationship? Are you married or in? No, no. Yeah, simple. I've been married, don't have kids. I date, but you know, I try not to take things too seriously. uh, but that I don't know. I retired 2012. So what I do now, I mean, I would do this stuff anyway. This is just my hobby. This is what I enjoy doing. And the YouTube videos and like the live streams and the podcast, it just gives me an outlet to discuss my inner dialogue and get things off my chest. What's funny is I was speaking at an event that was put on by Simon Black in Dallas last year. And I was there with Kenny and Kiyosaki. And I think actually Adam Taggart was there as well. And Ron Paul was kind of one of the keynotes. And I was listening to Ron Paul tell the story about how he got into politics. And it's probably the 1970s. And he said that he had read all the books, the Austrian economics and libertarian stuff. And he had all these ideas and he just had no one to talk to. So he wanted to get involved with politics just because he figured that would give him a way to get things off his chest and just talk to other people about his ideas. He never thought he'd get elected, and the rest is history. So pretty much that's one of the things that keeps me going on the YouTube channel, is it just gives me an opportunity to kind of think through, or maybe, I guess that's the best way to describe it. It just, when I have an idea, especially those whiteboard videos, if it's something I'm thinking about, it gives me the opportunity to really understand it at a granular level, because doing a whiteboard, you've got to hopefully have a decent grasp of what you're talking about. And a lot of times I'll discuss something that I know 90%, but I've got to figure out the other 10. And those once I do a whiteboard, at least even a couple, 2 or 3 on the same type of topic, then I start in my own mind, I understand it a lot better. And it becomes kind of like second nature, to where it becomes a component of my framework. And then I just see the world through that framework. I think it helps me understand things and probabilities not only better, but far faster. So as an example, if I'm doing an interview and someone's interviewing me on a podcast and they're asking me XYZ question, I always tell them in advance, ask me any question you want. And you don't have to send me the questions. It doesn't matter. I can just go right off the cuff. And the reason I can do that is because I've got this framework that I've built, and I can just view any question they have just through that lens. I think give them a pretty darn good answer, and maybe one that they haven't heard of before. And doing those whiteboard videos allows me to do that. And so I guess my point there is, to me, this is not work. To me, this is just fun, and maybe even therapeutic. And I know definitively that my understanding of macro, banking, money, all the things that we talk about is 1,000 times better because of the YouTube channel, and because it's kind of forced me to continue to learn at an accelerated rate, where if I didn't have the YouTube channel, I'd still be thinking about that stuff, but I wouldn't have that constant, come on, George, you gotta, I wouldn't have that, I don't want to say pressure, but I wouldn't have that constant motivation to continue to think through different topics, a couple times a week while doing whiteboard videos based on kind of what's in the news and what I think people care about and what I care about. It's really easy to balance because that's all I do. Now, one thing I do try to balance, though, is like getting to the gym, and I always try to work in the mornings and then go to lunch and really enjoy myself at lunch and sit and look at the news and have a coffee or something. And then I come back after lunch and maybe work for an hour or maybe 2 hours. And then I go to the gym. I try to make that a routine to keep some balance there. And then on the weekends, I try to relax.